Hey everybody. I think everyone's here. We've got, I think, two others that might be hopping in. You're all muted, so don't feel like there's something going wrong, but I had to automatically mute you all. The way that we're doing this in the past, we've done it where we've kind of one by one let everybody in, but I thought it might be cool to have everybody just kind of watch everybody's pitch. I think it's super helpful for emerging brands to be able to see how other brands present themselves, and really excited kind of to keep this super casual, fun. But do not get mad at me. I'm going to hold you to those 90 seconds so we can keep it moving and get everybody out of here in a timely manner. Wade, I don't know if maybe it's best to kind of start. Do you want to give a little introduction to yourself, and then we'll start with kind of the first presenter and go down the line from there?
Sure. Hi, everyone. Good morning. Good afternoon, whatever time zone we're in. I recognize a couple of the names here, a couple of brands. My name is Wade Yenny. I'm the director of grocery for Jimbo's in San Diego. We have 4 stores around the San Diego area that are hyper focused on organic, natural, just really high end. But my background actually is in the conventional side. Prior to Jimbo's, I was a senior director of center store for the Bueller's Group in North Central Ohio. And I spent some time, about a year and a half, with the Rouse's Group in Louisiana and across the southeast there. So have experience across all the center store, and I'm just really looking forward to talking to you guys and seeing what you have to offer.
So everybody, how it goes is I'll basically unmute you. I'll let you know that it's your turn to go, and then please share your screen. I think we've been through enough Zooms where everyone should know how we go through that process at this point through the last year and a half. And then after the pitch, we'll have 2 to 3 minutes for questions for him to be able to ask. And then from there, if there's any conversation where Wade feels that he wants to initiate the conversation or get samples or anything like that, I'll make the intro after that point. So I'm going to start with our first presenter, which is going to be Omri. So let me just unmute you really quick. Hey, Omri, how you doing?
Hi, good. How are y'all? I'm
Good.
so sorry. On Zoom, sharing screen.
On the bottom.
Bottom. Why don't I see it? I'm so sorry. Oh, there it is, green. You should have seen it. Sorry.
And then once you get this screen up, I'll start the timer for you.
Got it.
All right, cool. You're good to start.
Hi, I'm Emery Woods. I'm the founder of Side Brewing. We are a line of craft non-alcoholic beers that taste like beer. So we use unique technology to remove the alcohol from the beer, preserving the original color, flavor, and aroma of our citrus wheat and IPA. We're mission driven. We give 5% of profits to sobriety related efforts, and we're female owned and led. We aim to be a bright and positive brand in the NA category. We are a premium and craft option as opposed to the value brands that have been around for a while. The non-alcoholic category is exploding with growth. We've seen 30 to 40% growth year over year, as opposed to leaded beer, which is seeing stagnant growth or declines. The craft sector alone has grown 278% in the last year. Our core consumer is active and health conscious and cares about what they put into their body, just like Jimbo's core consumer. They're trying to cut back on alcohol or not drink at all. And at just 50 calories per can, we appeal to that healthy lifestyle. Where we are, we're doing really well. We're outpacing the sales of O'Doul's 2.75 times their retail sales per SKU per week. And that's just in one large format package store. So thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to pitch to you today. And I hope we see Side on Jimbo's shelves soon.
I can roll right at 2 seconds. So if you want to stop sharing your screen, that'd be great. And then Jimbo, Jimbo, wow. Wade, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you, Emery. Unfortunately, that category doesn't technically fall under me. We actually have a specialty buyer that focuses on beer, wine, cheese, that sort of thing. But I'm in close contact with them. We work together side by side. I can tell you that the category as a whole is blowing up. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. Athletic is doing very well for us, and I know on my side more of the what I would call, tonics and things like that. We're seeing a lot of growth in that regard. I have to say that I'm not overly familiar with our standards in that category as far as we have standards across the board as far as, organic and non-GMOs and things like that. Can you talk a little bit about what's actually in the product and as far as, what's in there, what's not in there?
Sure. So we're brewed like any other beer. So it's brewed to a full complete beer and then just removing the alcohol. Right now, I shared with Cameron that we are adding back a preservative that we plan to have out of the product by the end of the year. So we're using potassium sorbate for the time being.
Got you. And then as far as certifications, are there any certifications on the product or currently?
No, not at this time.
And then how about the actual, are you using any organic ingredients or anything as far as your wheat and your barley and things like that? Are any of those organic by chance or? Not
certified, but I can double check that for you.
Gotcha. And I, as Cameron mentioned, we'll touch base as far as contact and whatnot. But so distribution in SoCal, are you here currently or are you working your way here or where's that at?
We're in talks with a large chain for a large package store chain. But right now we're doing that through our Brewery Direct program. So anything outside of the state of Georgia, we're trying to do Brewery Direct.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, great. I think, like I said, I've got friends in the right places that I'm sure, sure would be interested in looking at it. And like I said, the category is doing very well. So I'm sure we'll be very receptive to looking at it.
Thank you so much, Wade. I really appreciate it. It was a pleasure to have the opportunity to pitch.
It's great to hear from you.
All right. Nice job, Emery. Thank you. All right, cool. Next up is, sorry, I went to unmute the wrong person. So Devin, you should be unmuted now if you want to share your screen.
Yep.
And I'll start you right now.
Perfect. Hi, Wade. I'm Devin. I'm the director of sales at Montes. Montes was founded by Lauren Montgomery. She was a chef in New York City with an attempt to create clean and simple dairy alternatives. Our core product is our butter. It's our creamy cashew-based, plant-based butter. It's the heart of the brand, and it's made with only 4 ingredients. Priced competitively with other brands in the category. It's also free from additives, any emulsifiers, and preservatives. We package our product in glass, which is a result from a few focus groups that we've ran. And we do have an unsalted butter SKU set to launch Q4 to round out the set with a plan to launch a marketing campaign around baking. In regards to our competitors in the set, we're really looking at ourselves as the leader in this next step of plant-based butter evolution with a cleaner label without compromising taste. And we really think we nailed it. We love our customers and they really want to see Montes. And so we are the #1 retail requested brand on the WeStock platform. We've received over 4,000 requests nationwide. We're currently coded and in stock in Unify Moreno Valley, as well as in regional retailers across the US. And lastly, we've been honored to have won a bunch of awards and anticipate winning a few more in the next couple months. Thank you.
Perfect. I haven't cut off anybody yet. I'm pretty surprised. All right. Wow.
Seconds.
You had about 9 seconds left, so plenty of time. Wait.
Great. Yeah, great. No pressure. Very, very nice. I love the packaging. And it's Devin, right?
Yeah.
Devin. Okay. I didn't want to mispronounce it. Yeah, I love the packaging. It looks very nice. So in music my ears with the organic ingredients and all that good stuff. I saw some of my peers you have distribution out there. I'm actually kind of surprised. I don't think that I've seen this before. And as far as, are you using a broker in our area or are you doing sales direct?
No, we are using CA Fortune.
Okay. I will. I've got a friend at CA Fortune that I can touch base with there. And so just the one SKU.
Yeah, so we started doing cream cheese, which we still do sell on our direct to consumer on our website. But right now we're focusing on butter and we'll be changing some packages. So we are just going to hone in on our butter SKU with our unsalted flavor coming in the next 2 months.
Gotcha. And so in looking at it, it looked like to me it's in a glass jar-like. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
In
Okay.
a
That
glass,
definitely sticks out a little bit amongst your competition with the plastic
sure.
pieces and very clean labels. So very nice. Very nice. I look forward to checking it out.
Yeah, thank you. Happy to send samples.
Awesome job, Devin. All right, so next is Kayla. I'm gonna unmute you right now.
Hi, let me get my screen up.
Let me get my timer up really quick. All right, you're good to go, Kayla.
You guys can see my presentation?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right. Hi, I'm Kayla from Agua Bonita, the first Better For You Aguas Frescas. We've taken a traditional Mexican non-carbonated fruit and water drink and given it a modern update by cutting out all the added sugar. And while you can find fountain versions in places like Chipotle with up to 79 grams of sugar a serving, ours bring that restaurant experience into the convenience of a can without the added sugar and with a clean ingredient list. Our company also rescues produce, so we divert imperfect or surplus produce from going to waste and give this fruit a beautiful new life in our drinks instead, which consumers appreciate. So not only does Agua Bonita taste good and is good for you, but we're good for the planet as well. And with flavors like pineapple cucumber and watermelon chile served up in our culturally inspired 12-ounce cans, we're bringing a dose of Hispanic flair to the cooler that's never been done before. This new approach to beverage translates into sales. We've reached consumers in over 44 states, Puerto Rico included, via our direct-to-consumer channel with a 30% repeat purchase rate. And without any marketing spend, we've sold out 3 times online. We have a variety of boutique retailers across Southern California and Texas, relationships with Kroger, and other strategic partnerships. But most importantly, we have no doubt we can take the success we've seen elsewhere and not only replicate it, but multiply it with Jimbo's. Salud.
Very good. Very good. So Kayla, tell me a little bit about the ingredients in there as far as what you're using, or the fruit, and are you using any preservatives, or what's in the can?
Yeah, so it's super simple. It's fruit, non-carbonated water, and sometimes spices. We have some without preservatives, and we've run some with preservative. Being non-carbonated in fruit, it can be a little tricky, but the ultimate goal is no preservatives across the board. And yeah, we're working on it. We've had some success with it so far.
How about it's shelf stable, or does it need refrigerated?
It's shelf stable. Our ideal placement is in a cooler because who doesn't like a nice, cool, refreshing drink? But we can be center store, and we have a 4-pack configuration as well.
And so the presentation, you had that little blurb on there about coming in 2021. Are all 4 available now?
So 2 are available now, our pineapple cucumber one and our watermelon chile. But in about 6 weeks, you'll see mango habanero come out, and then 1 surprise SKU. So I think our strawberry one may be coming out, or maybe a horchata. We're kind of, playing it by our Instagram demands.
Well, I would say the flavor profiles, at least by description, definitely differentiate you from what I see out there currently. So kudos to you for that.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Awesome. Nice job, Kayla. I appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
All right. So Carol, you're going to be up next. I'm going to unmute you really quick.
Okay. Let me get this shared. Okay, we got it.
I don't think it's not showing on my end.
Where? Hold on. Somebody had to have technical difficulties, right? Sorry.
There you go.
Okay, hold on. Let me get this. Well, now it's all messed up on my side. You would think. Oh my God.
Do you want me? I can go to somebody else really quick and you can work on your
Yeah,
end.
go for a second. Let me just get that share right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Hey, Claire, I'm going to mute you really quick and you can go.
Great. All right, let me share my screen. Let me know if you have it up on your end.
Yep.
Yep, you're good to go.
Perfect. Great. Okay. Hi, Wade. It's great to meet you. My name is Claire Alsup. I'm the VP of Sales and Marketing at Yolele. Let's jump right in. Yolele is a purpose-driven African foods brand. Chef Pierre Cham on the left there founded Yolele to share the flavors of his home, Senegal and West Africa, with the world while creating economic opportunities and supply chains for smallholder farmers and supporting their climate smart and regenerative farming practices. We're doing this beginning with fonio. Fonio is a nutrient-dense ancient West African grain. It cooks up light and fluffy in just 5 minutes, similar to couscous. And we have our 5 seasoned fonio pilaf blends, all inspired by beloved dishes of West Africa. And they recently won an XD award for best new pantry food. And we just launched a line of fonio chips. These are boldly seasoned with craveable West African ingredients like baobab and moringa. They're light and crispy, better for you, allergen-free, climate-smart snacking. And here is a glimpse of our current and committed distribution and doors. Now, those aren't for all SKUs, but a selection across. And here you can see our fast growth beginning in 2018. And since launching each line, as well as some strong velocity data on the left about fonio in particular. So why Yolele? Tons of earned press. Thank you to Pierre's platform and dedicated team in-house. We have incredible Yolele fans and really positive reviews. And we hit on multiple fast growing trends like climate smart snacking, West African foods, and more.
That's going to be
a glimpse of some of that press. Okay.
Thanks, Claire.
That's our team. And then thank you. So I was done. The end.
No worries.
So thank you. Yeah, interesting. Very the flavor profiles like the last presentation. Very unique. Very different. Talk to me a little bit about your ingredients. Like are you using anything organic? Preservatives? Do you have a non-GMO verification? Tell me a little bit more about that.
Sure. Yeah. So fonio, we have certified organic fonio. All of our fonio is certified organic. We are now going through the steps of trying to deal with the logistics of getting that on tap. But all of our fonio, which is the base of everything, is certified organic. And the chips, the base of them is just fonio, cassava, and bamboo fiber. And we are currently pursuing non-GMO certification for our chips. So all of our ingredients are already non-GMO. We have not gone down the non-GMO certification path with the pilafs, but the same thing goes. We use all non-GMO ingredients. The only ingredient that would be questionable is a couple have citric acid, and we are committed to using non-GMO citric acid. And no preservatives, and we use raw cane sugar as our only sweetener, or date sugar.
Gotcha. So I can tell you, like, the citric acid piece is probably one of the things that comes up the most often here with regards to knocking someone out as far as our ingredient panel goes. So our standard, at least what we do here, is we ask that if citric acid is on there, it should be organic. The product itself, the entire product should be organic or non-GMO project verified. And the way it was explained to me, whether you agree or disagree with it, the way it was explained to me is, okay, so if you use a citric acid and then and it's non-GMO, the citric acid itself, but then somewhere down the road, you change suppliers of that citric acid.
Sure.
That's why we look for the entire product itself to be non-GMO verified. So there's a little bit of technicality there, but that's something obviously we could jump to should we go down that road. The other thing is we have to, on our standards, as we list them, we look for ideally organic sugar, but I think if I'm not mistaken, you said raw sugar, right?
Yes, raw cane sugar. And we have, I think of our deck, majority of our ingredients are organic at this point. So we do have made with, and I'm not sure if that one is or not. I have to double check. But just another thing to note for the citric acid, that only appears in a couple of flavors. So like for the chips, it's only in one flavor, and we're working with Food Chain ID right now. So hopefully we'll have that non-GMO verification in the coming months.
Well, everything sounds awesome. The chips, especially, I don't think, obviously not having tasted them, between the flavor profiles and just the uniqueness, that's definitely something different for the category. So I look forward to checking it out.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Claire. I think you're also working through some things. So Chris, I'll unmute you really quick, and you can run through your presentation.
Oh, that's the end. You can see it backwards really fast. Wade, well, thank you for taking the time to meet with us. This is fun. It's also nice to see what other people have going on. So yeah, I'll jump right in. So Kombucha Town, I'm Chris McCoy. I'm founder and CEO of Kombucha Town. Founded the company back in 2011. So we've been around for a while. You may have seen, I believe you guys actually stocked some of our products, I think about 3 or 4 years ago through Charlie's Produce when they distributed down there. They don't anymore. But now we are available in UNFI and Cahey's, both Chino and Merino Valley warehouses. So we're a beverage company that's on a mission to replace soda with healthy alternatives. That's something that you look at most of the beverage options in most retail, and they are not good for you at all and are actually making people quite sick. So a little bit about myself. I originally actually started the business to help my mom, who had early onset Alzheimer's. She'd just been diagnosed, so she could actually help out in the early years. We were doing farmers markets together. She'd help wash bottles, do stuff like that. So it's kind of this mom and pop start, and allowed her to be involved since. She's been in a home for a few years now, and we've definitely expanded well beyond our original farmers market roots. But it's kind of what got it started, and really just that passion for health and wellness. If you look at the industry in general, it has been skyrocketing. The last couple of years with COVID has definitely been very weird. So everybody's anticipating to see what the trends coming out of that look like. But leading up to them, kombucha, functional beverages were all very strong growth. And we have consistently outperformed the growth rates of the industry. A really important part about our brand is that we're really based on environmentalism. So we're 1% for the planet and fair trade certified. We're also organic and non-GMO certified, with all of our products being natural and organic with all the ingredients. We've been a bit of a pioneer in this space with being one of the first live kombucha in a can, which is by far the most environmentally friendly. We have a few different lineups. So our newest is the live seltzer. It's really exciting. It's a probiotic seltzer water, 0 sugar, all natural ingredients, shelf stable.
Hey, Chris,
that's really exciting. It's got a ton of traction.
Hey,
and
Chris,
then we've got our other.
Want to go through the other slides really quick? You want to just go through the
totally,
products
and
really quick?
We've got some other lines as well and some seasonals that I'd love to talk about.
Awesome. So you cover the gamut between kombucha and seltzer and tea, and obviously, as I think I mentioned, I've only been here just over a year myself, so okay. I'm not familiar with the brand. Obviously, if it was here, or to your point, it was here prior. That was before my arrival here, but so it's good to hear your distribution. It sounds like it's on point with UNFI. That's where you need to be, to expand in this market. And yeah, I mean, you've got organic, you've got non-GMO, you're pushing the buttons that you need to push. And it looks like you're innovative. You're hitting the seltzers, which, obviously on the alcohol side is a thing. And as I mentioned earlier, with Emery, the non-alcoholic side too. So it sounds like you've got a lot that we should probably have some conversation about.
Great. Yeah, I appreciate that. And just to clarify, our seltzers are all seltzer water, so it's not an alcoholic product.
Right. I was playing off the Emery's, the non-alcoholic spin on, that category, that non-alcoholic alternative is just booming right now. So that's good to see that you're in that space for sure.
Yeah, we're seeing it move like 3 or 4 times faster than our kombuchas, which are competitive still. So it's exciting.
Yeah. And having come from Ohio and Louisiana, and kombucha, it's there, but it certainly wasn't anything that it is here. And so it's interesting to see the evolution. I'm catching the tail end of the kombucha, and now we're seeing the other probiotics and seltzers and teas and different things. So it's very cool to see.
Yeah, I think bringing those benefits to a larger group of people with something like a seltzer water that has that live agriculture in it, ideally is going to be something that kind of breaches past some of the limitations kombucha had as far as gaining popularity in other markets.
Sure. And between, the flavor profiles I saw earlier with Kayla and now yourself, it's interesting. Good to see some innovation.
Great. Well, I look forward to connecting with you after the event.
Sounds good.
Thanks.
Thanks, Chris. Cool. So Tony, I'm going to unmute you next, and you can go. Just give me 1 second. All right, Tony, should be good.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, great. Hi guys, I'm Tony Varney. I'm with Nutty Gourmet. Nutty Gourmet is a brand of seasoned walnuts and nut butters. A little bit about us is we're from the Central California Valley, where all the walnuts and almonds are grown. We're a 4th generation family-owned business. The Martella family is big walnut processors in this area and ship walnuts all over the world from our state-of-the-art facility. The Martella sisters are the actual majority owners of Nutty Gourmet, though. We think it's real important for us to utilize water conservation, our drip irrigation systems, renewable energy in our solar-powered wells in our orchards, and regenerative waste where we reinstall the clippings and prunings from our orchards back into the soil. We do have some organic walnut products too. We do have 4 products that qualify ingredient-wise for Jimbo's. 2 of them are nut butters in 10-ounce jars. We have our organic raw walnut butter. Oops, I went too far. and our pistachio butter. We also have our sea salt and rosemary seasoned walnuts. The market demand for walnuts has been huge lately. Walnuts are large in omega-3s. Walnuts are the only nut that's an excellent source of omega-3s, and consumers associate omega-3 with immune function support. So we're happy to have a lot of our products that are just walnut products. Consumers love Nutty Gourmet. We're on social media with Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, where we show consumers how to utilize our products, and they share their recipes and so forth with others out there. Also, e-commerce growth has been going on Amazon, Shopify, and also on platforms like Snack Magic.
Hey, Tony, I'm going to have to stop you there. Sorry. It looks like good timing anyways, so it's all right. Cool. Wade, I'll let you take it over with questions.
Great. Yeah, Tony, thank you. So I saw the organic piece on the walnut butter. That's good. I can tell you that category, the butter category as a whole, is a tough one for us without being organic. It's just something that as we push forward, I mentioned natural, organic, and all that good stuff. There's certain categories throughout the store that we almost insist on being organic, and butters is one of them. It's just there's so many offerings out there. It kind of, as I talk to you all, and what you do, and I see what you're doing to differentiate yourselves, it's kind of what we do here to differentiate ourselves, right? We push that envelope with sustainability, we push the envelope with organic, and excuse me, and really just that's who we are and what we're looking for. So I did see the non-GMO verification on the nuts, and in lieu of organic, that's definitely where you want to be. As far as distribution here, are you in Unify? Did I see that, or talk to me about that?
We're actually in KE currently.
Okay.
We're working with Unify right now to get set up with them. We can also ship direct to some retailers too.
Gotcha.
But we are in stores like Sprouts Farmers Markets, Safeway Intermountain stores, Central Markets in Texas. And we're looking for more, exposure in retailers down in Southern California.
Sure, that makes sense. And lucky, we use both KE and Unify. Unify is our primary, but KE's right there with us as a secondary. So it's good to see.
Great.
Thank you.
Awesome. Nice job, Tony. Cool. All right. Well, Jessica, I'll unmute you right now, and you can start. 1 second.
Good morning. It's nice to meet you both, Wade and Cameron. Let me change this view here.
I think you're good. We can still see it.
Okay, great. Fabulous. 1 sec. There we go. There it is. So I'm Jessica, and I am the president and founder of Morning Glory Chai. And I've been brewing this chai in Seattle, Washington for the last 25 years and counting. And we're a very popular brand up here in the Pacific Northwest. Something that makes us special is that people are now more than ever looking for healthier alternatives. They're looking to reduce their sugars. They're looking for functional ingredients. And we sweeten our chai with honey, and it's Pacific Northwest clover honey and organic maple syrup. And it's only lightly sweetened compared to the majority of our competition, 7 grams per serving compared to 19 to 21 grams in most other brands. And we also include some functional ingredients. We have some beneficial botanicals. We use astragalus for the immune system, and we use ginkgo and gotu kola for mental clarity. And we also give you this nice picture. And we also have ginger and galangal for energy and digestion. And then naturally, tea is just full of antioxidants. We really complete the chai category because our brand is more of a breakfast option because we're less sweet and we're more energizing thanks to the galangal and the ginger in our brew. And so most chais tend to be very dessert based, whereas we're a little bit more savory. We're more your daily cuppa that gets you started. Versus your end of the day dessert. And it's also very energizing, so you wouldn't want to drink it too late. It's meant to get you going in the morning. We are currently in vendor setup with DPI. We're with Crown Pacific, and we're also in the process of getting signed up with URM stores. We have a number of regional suppliers in the Pacific Northwest, and we also work with Pod Foods, who services the Southern California area, and they handle our accounts in the San Francisco Bay Area as well.
Thanks, Jessica.
Great. Yeah, thanks, Jessica. So what, you've got a lot of different products there. What is your flagship as far as your bestseller in the category? Is it concentrate? Is it ready to drink or?
Yes, it's concentrates. It's the spice chai concentrate. The half gallon is our main seller, and we also have a 16 ounce, which is 4 servings. It's a nice introduction to the brand. A lot of our new grocery stores in the Bay Area have been doing the 16 ounce, and they've been doing really well with it. And then right behind that is our home brew kit, which gives the customer complete control of their brew as far as if they want to sweeten it at all, what sweeteners they want to use, et cetera, how strong they want to brew the tea. Our tea is known to be a very spicy and robust blend. Absolutely.
Gotcha. And as far as the ready to drink, those are new or?
Yes.
How are they doing?
They're doing really good. The lemon has been really solid, and the hibiscus we just launched at the beginning of this summer. So it's really starting to get going. We have a couple home delivery services that have taken it on, and 2 of our distributors in the Bay Area have taken it on, and they're working on getting it into the New Leaf markets in the Bay Area, as well as the Rainbow Grocery and Canyon Market and Berkeley Bowl.
And then refrigerated, shelf stable. Yeah. Gotcha. And then what kind of shelf life?
We have 1 year on the concentrates and 2 years on the home brews. We're a hot fill acidified food, so we use malic acid to get that shelf stability.
Gotcha. And the ready to drinks, what's the shelf life on those?
Those are also 1 year.
Also a year. Okay, great. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Jessica. All right, I'm gonna, oops, sorry, I meant to, let me unmute Bilal really quick. All right, Bilal, you're good to go. I'm unmuting you right now.
All right. Hi, Wade. Nice to meet you. And thank you for letting me pitch. Let me just pull up the presentation. Let me see. It says my presentation is disabled. It won't allow it.
Oh, 1 sec. Here you go. You should be able to do it now.
Got it. Okay, so I'm here to talk about Bolani. It's a filled flatbread line that we started in 2003 with me and my mom. We started from one farmer's market and we grew to becoming one of the biggest farmers market companies in the country. So today we don't do 200, but at one point we did. Today we do probably about 80 farmers markets a week. And we also sell through the natural specialty stores like Lassen's and Erewhon's, and we do a lot of distribution through KeHE and Tony's Unify. The products we have are 9 different flavors of filled flatbreads, and they're GMO certified, Project verified. They're all baked with olive oil, and they range from 150 calories to 180 calories for every half. We also have a gluten-free Bolani, which is a certified gluten-free Bolani. And all the products are vegan and plant-based, and they're delicious. And we also make a line of spreads. So we make anything from kind of a Greek yogurt with garlic and mint. And we make pestos, which are oil-free and cheese-free. And we also have a vegan basil pesto. We make a sun-dried tomato pesto, and we make a sweet jalapeno, which is kind of like a sweet chili sauce. Our sauces have typically only 5 or 6 ingredients, like basil, walnuts. Most of the produce that we use are from farmers markets, and that's through the relationships that we've built. And that's why the color and the taste is really delicious. We get a 90-day shelf life, and we do that through HPP. And so we don't use any preservatives, no chemicals. When you eat the product, it's very clean. We sell through all these stores, like I mentioned before, and that's pretty much it.
Awesome. Thank you, Bilal.
Yeah, thanks, Bilal. Good to meet you. I know, we've chatted back and forth a little bit, and I actually have tried these, and I'm a fan. And actually, I had a conversation via email yesterday with one of your brokers, and really, It's just for us. It's a matter of it's a little bit of a bigger project for us because of space-wise. We don't have currently a dedicated. There's multiple items that I want to bring in kind of this realm, not necessarily just what you're doing, obviously, but we don't do a good job currently here with what I would call refrigerated / ready to eat / meal solution type things. And in my mind, I've kind of created what that looks like. I just have to make it happen at retail. And when you talk about refrigerated space, obviously there's a little bit more. I can't just take something off the shelf, put it in. I've got to kind of work it a little bit. So you definitely are on our radar with having tried these before. I took some home. I know we had them here in the office. We just have to make that bigger project with regards to getting that space cleared up. But I know how to get a hold of you, and I know how to get a hold of your brokers. So I'm sure I don't need Cameron to connect us. We'll be talking, I'm sure.
For sure. Anytime you have space, that would be great. And also, we will be launching this week our collaboration with Beyond Meat. We'll be making a Beyond Meat Bolani, which will be a kebab-filled Bolani, which I know will be even a standalone product will just take off.
So the one thing you mentioned 90 days. So remind me, do those ship frozen?
No, fresh.
They do ship fresh.
Yep.
So 90 days, do you know what kind of guarantee your distributors are giving when they ship the product?
Yeah, I think it's like 45 to 50 days.
Okay.
Yep.
Got it.
But, we're always working to make that even longer. So.
And then price point wise, where are you at on the Bolani?
$8.99 to $9.99.
Okay.
Yep.
Very
and then
good.
Obviously some retailers charge a little more, but I would say 80% or 70% are at $8.99, and then the rest are like $99 to $10.99.
Gotcha. And when you make those, are you putting your sauces on those, or how are you?
Yeah, so the sauces come separately, but they're really good together. But we also have some stores who just carry the bread, and we have some stores who just carry the sauce. So they usually are merchandised together, like 2 SKUs of the bread and 2 SKUs of the sauce, or sometimes 5 SKUs of the bread, 5 SKUs, depending on the space. But also some stores just sell like spinach Bolani, which is the #1 seller, or they sell vegan basil pesto, which is the #1 selling sauce.
Gotcha.
And we do that, and people like that pesto because it has almonds and not pine nuts, and it's no cheese in it. It's completely vegan.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Nice
Appreciate
meeting you.
it.
You too.
All right, I think Carol's back with us for the presentation, so I'm gonna unmute her, and then she'll be our last presentation, and then I have a few questions for Wade at the end, maybe for the overall group, and then I'll get everybody out of here hopefully a little bit before 2 easily, so that'll be good.
All right, we're gonna see if this works. I had to redo the whole thing, so everybody has a tremendous amount of sympathy.
You're good to go. It's popping up for us.
All right, hold on. All right. I'm really excited, Wade. Thank you for giving me the chance to share what I think is a pretty exciting new item for Jimbo's refrigerated case. And it's not going to advance. I'm doing really well. Americans love pudding. It tastes great, has a great mouthfeel. but it's full of junk. And many people who are watching labels in particular, Jimbo's customers in particular, care about what goes into their bodies. So they tend to reach for yogurt instead of pudding. Fact is, there are 72 million people out there that would love pudding if only they could find one that was no sugar added, that didn't sacrifice that great taste. And now there is. Noops is delicious and good for you too. We have even more fiber and added sugar than the great low sugar brands like Siggy's. And sweetened with organic monk fruit, we have a label that even Jimbo will approve of. Our initial sales in Mom's Organic Market are $16 per SKU per store per week. I have independents across this country selling 11 units per SKU per store per week. And we launched in Sprouts 2 weeks ago, and I have 90% of those stores that have placed at least one order since the pipeline filled. Noops is available at an SRP of $2.49, which generally is a healthy margin from the distributor. And of course, once we are on the Jimbo shelves, we will gladly support you and your customers with Power Source coupons, IRCs, and regular promotion activity. Thank you. Happy to answer any questions.
Wow, thank you, Carol. I kind of remember looking at Noops, but you know, it's interesting. I got here in July of last year, and I really didn't get involved in the perishable side until January or December, and then I did double duty for about 6 months until our new perishable buyer joined the team, and now he's working with me. So we probably need to revisit some things that have been in the queue for a while, and I'm sure Noops is probably one of them. You hit most of the questions I probably would have asked. I saw organic. You've obviously done your homework with regards to Jimbo's. I appreciate that. You know, distribution piece, you've got that covered. So I did have a question. I'm trying to think. Obviously, the category with oat milk is just huge, you know, between yogurt and between, you know, now pudding and liquid and creamers and how do you see yourself? You've got 4 SKUs now, is that right?
Yep. Chocolate, vanilla milk, and caramel.
How does the future look? Is it multi-pack? Is it more flavor innovation? How do you expand beyond those 4?
So we're working right now on a 16 ounce that will probably take the mass merch market out of it so that we don't have to compete on price. We're looking at pouches or tubes, at least in chocolate and vanilla. We're looking at frosting. We're looking at Jello. Like, how could you do a gelatin that's not animal based? A little bit of breakfast pudding that would cross us over into yogurt. So there's a lot of options out there. There are a lot of things that aren't done well.
Right. That's exciting. Well, thank you. I appreciate your time you put into it, as well as your homework. Thank you.
It's good to do it twice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Carol. So we did a longer format pitch competition last year where we did like 3 minutes, and I think all these were much more crisper today. And so nice job to everybody who presented. Wade, I'd love to just get your feedback really quick. I know we've chatted and we did one of those kind of behind the buyers desk videos, but when you're here in the pitch, like with a new brand, what is it that you really have to hear? And then what is it from brands sometimes that you hear that's not necessarily like a priority, or some things that you feel like they might miss during the presentation?
Yeah, so I consider myself kind of an anomaly as far as a buyer goes. I think I have more of a seller's hat than I do a buyer's hat at times. And I think part of that is because of our format here, what we do at Jimbo's. I mean, if you ask me in Ohio or Louisiana, we might have a different conversation. But here, I've made no secret about the fact that our owner, Jimbo, he's a real person. I mean, his name's on the building. You see it behind me. It's on my paycheck, actually, too. And he ultimately signs off on every single item we bring into the stores, which is really unique and different, right? I mean, I can tell you, having worked for a 13-store chain and a 60-plus store chain, those owners aren't signing off on everything. And so I think, again, it's something that differentiates us, but it also makes me work a little bit harder. And that's why I mentioned that seller side, right? I mean, I have to think, okay, I need to sell this to him. And if it doesn't check a box, or how am I going to, just like you pitch to me, I in turn kind of sort of pitch to him. And I got to think, okay, what questions is he going to ask me? And what he's going to ask me about organic ingredients. He's going to ask about this. And so I think, for me, Cameron, to answer the question, it's kind of different here than elsewhere, but I think if you follow me on LinkedIn or if you're connected with me, if you're not, I'd ask that you do. I'd love to be connected with all of you. But I talk about things like this all the time, right? When you're pitching, you really want to do your homework and know who you're pitching to. What is that retailer doing, or what is that customer doing, and how do they go to market? And if you can't connect to a Wade or one of my peers out there at a different retailer, you can go to their website and you can look at their circular, and you can do online shopping and see what they carry in your category. And you can look at if they have ingredient standards, which we do. You can get all that information either looking at their circulars at their website, just doing a little bit of homework. What are they featuring on their Instagram? What's in their reels? How are they going to market, and what products and brands, what are they doing? It can only help you in your categories. And I think, to me, that's what I look for is I won't say you save the best for last, because I'm not going to be that nice, but I will say, Carol, just what you could see, not that she did anything different from everybody else, but she had Jimbo specific information in there. She obviously has been in touch with us before. She obviously knows what we're looking for, or had some things in there that, she's mentioning verbiage that we use internally with our newsletter and different things like that. So those are the kind of things I think that resonate with a buyer, and that really are like, okay, this person, it's just not that blind email that's hey, I'm so and so from so and so, and here's my pitch. You really have to cater that pitch to each individual brand or buyer and retailer. And I think not that any one of you didn't do it. I think given 90 seconds, I think you all did it very well. So kudos. And then as far as what I'm not looking for, I say this all the time too, is I don't want to see a 50-page deck. In 90 seconds, you can't have a 50-page deck. But I want to have conversations. If you set up a Zoom meeting with me or Microsoft Teams, I would just like to look at you and talk and tell me about who you are, who your brand is, what you're doing, how you're going to market, the success you've had, what differentiates you. And a deck, I'm fine with it. I use a hashtag ditch the deck sometimes, but I mean, just have a conversation, be real. Tell me what makes you different. Tell me how we're going to sell your product. And because really it's a collaboration. It's what can we do once I get you on the shelf? That's the easy part. It's how do we get it off the shelf and out the front door? And then we got to get it back in the back door and all those things. So I don't necessarily myself. And again, I say I'm kind of an anomaly, because if you go to a bigger chain, you're probably going to get a different answer. But for me, I just want to have a conversation and get to the nitty gritty about how we're going to sell your product. It's great to see points of distribution and ACV and all that different stuff, but at a smaller chain, regional chain, let's talk about how we're going to sell your product, plain and simple.
Yeah, I think it's one of the things that we lost with kind of remote meetings or Zoom meetings is the fact that we can't just taste the product in front of each other anymore. And so you don't have that communal element of drinking the product or eating the product. So what I've told a lot of brands is ship the product ahead of time ahead of your meeting, and make sure that buyer is going to eat it actually with you on the Zoom call. So you still have that kind of element, because it's at the end of the day, it's super fun, right? We're trying new products, they're experiencing the product, and it's much easier to walk them through it versus just shipping product and then crossing your fingers and hoping that it gets to them and they're actually going to sample it. So I think you got to get creative in these kind of crazy times for sure.
Definitely.
Well, Wade, I really appreciate it. Everybody, I appreciate it. Again, the pitches were really crisp. The decks were great. I'll connect with Wade, and I'll be in touch with any of you if needed, but I really appreciate all the effort, and have a great rest of the week.
Yeah. Thanks for your time, everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you.